Hey everyone, super excited to show you how to get the old but gold macOS Mojave on your Mac today. In this video, you will learn how to download macOS Mojave. As of this recording, we have a problem with installing older macOS versions on newer systems, Monterey and beyond. When you're running a newer macOS version, like macOS Monterey, macOS Ventura, or even macOS Sequoia, you won't be able to download older versions like macOS Mojave or macOS Lion directly from the App Store. You will be greeted with this error. The App Store automatically checks your current macOS version and prevents you from downloading an older macOS installer if you're already running a newer version. The workaround for this is through using Mist, a Mac utility that automatically downloads macOS firmwares and installers. It can download those older versions directly, regardless of the current macOS version on your Mac, bypassing this limitation. What you'll need for this guide is a Mac computer, about 1 hour of free time, a stable internet connection, at least 20 gigabytes of free space. Do a quick Google search for Mist download. It will be the one on GitHub. Click the releases on the right side of the page. I will download the DMG version. And for those might be wondering or skeptical on this app, you can always do a virus check of this installer. You can head over to virustotal.com and drag the file into that page. This will scan the file with over 50 online virus scanners. As you can see, it has no detected any malicious files inside, so it's pretty much safe to run it. Now let's open the Mist DMG file, and I will copy this into my desktop by dragging the file. Let's open the app by double-clicking it. This prompt will show, just click the Open button to run the app. This will now refresh the list of available firmwares and installer on the Apple servers. It should look pretty straightforward. There are two tabs. The firmwares contains the .ipsw, and on the installer tab are those file with .app, .dmg, .pkg, and .iso. Let's head over to the installer tab, scroll all the way down to locate the Mojave version. You can see the latest or the last version that it was released, as well as the build number, the release date, and the file size of the installer. The disk icon on the right lets you create a USB installer after it downloads, then the icon next to it is to download the installer only. I will click this download icon. It will prompt you that this Mojave is incompatible with our current Mac OS since I'm using Sequoia. Just click Continue. You will be prompted with this privilege helper not installed. Click the Install button to proceed. Type in your password to continue. Let's click the download once again. You will now be prompted to give full disk access for the Mist app. You can click the Allow button. This will open up the system settings. You can click the plus icon and select the Mist app, which I saved on my desktop. It will prompt you to reopen the app. Click it, and let's reopen the app manually. Mist will show you a list of available macOS versions. Going back to the Installer tab, find macOS Mojave in the list, and click the download icon once again. Click the Continue button afterwards. From this window, you have the option to choose the type of installer. By default, the .app is selected. Disk image is .dmg. The other one is ISO and package file. I will save it on my desktop and keep the .app for now. Then click Save. Mist will begin downloading the installer file directly from Apple's servers. Just like with any large file, this might take a little while depending on your internet speed. You'll see a progress bar that shows how far along the download is. Once the download finally succeeded, the installer can now be seen on my desktop. So here he is, the glorious macOS Mojave straight out fresh from the Apple servers. The information about this app file is shown from here.
This video was recorded using Screen Studio. Check them up later.
If you plan to do a fresh installation of Mojave, or you want a backup installer, this is where you'll create a bootable USB drive. You can click the video on the screen to know how.